What's up, y'all? What's up? Y'all already know we're back. It's the queer agenda. I know y'all missed us, but listen, we'll explain everything to y'all. All right. How y'all doing, ladies?
What's
Hey.
up? Long time no talk.
Okay, period. Well, to the baddie galore at least,
Right.
because we be talking every day a day. But listen, the queer agenda is back. Y'all already know we got that LGBT gossip for y'all, and there's a lot of stories to catch up on, and we're going to do that today. But before we do that, we gotta let them know, we knew we was going to take a little break because Atlanta Black Pride weekend took us out. Baddie galore had a lot of stuff going on as well down in DC. I see you throwing them events, girl.
It's like back to back.
Yeah, and I mean, I ain't even like Atlanta Pride is this weekend again.
Right. It's not even over for y'all.
No, it's not. But so we already knew it was going to get hectic for the past 2 months. So we definitely decided we're coming back now, and we're going to do bi-weekly. We're going to try to keep it consistent bi-weekly and give y'all this tea. Baddie galore, she been in the gym ignoring us.
Okay.
Doing body goals, like the poses hit different. I seen one of these.
Okay.
Why she being petty already?
I was like,
Right. Already
you
embarrassed
doing it.
me.
You doing it. But
I am.
how y'all doing?
What's up? Are we saying our
Hey.
names? I think we forgot our intro.
Oh.
Well, y'all
All
know
right.
who we are. Just read the screen, I guess, for this one.
They
We're
know who
gonna
we are.
get
They
some
missed
oil
that.
on and then get it better for y'all.
I mean, say our names. Y'all see us?
I want to do my applause still. That's all I was waiting on. That's all I
Britt
want
wants
to
to do her sounds always.
Yes, I do. And I learned how to turn it off a loop. Yeah, I was salty because like it was a lot going on when we wasn't filming. I'm like, oh, y'all really out here acting up because we're not talking about y'all right now. But it was a lot going on. But yeah, I'm glad to be back so we can keep y'all updated with what's on the agenda. So let's get into it, Baddie galore. What we got today?
Well, so maybe not so shocking news, and this one will actually hit close to home for y'all, which is very funny because people think y'all messy because y'all be knowing everybody, but y'all just be knowing everybody. But after hinting in People magazine interview earlier this year that she might be open to dating women after finalizing her now second divorce from ex-husband Simon, which continues to play out in the public and on social media in a very nasty way. Even with him being deported, he still is throwing shots at that girl, Porsha Williams, on social media. But she confirmed at CultureCon this past weekend that she's in fact dating both a man and a woman right now, saying simply, he is nice and she is nice.
Okay.
Let me eXeL, let me give you the tea first, and then we
Yes,
okay. So during a panel in which she was being interviewed, Porsha explained that dating these two people already feels different than from some of her past relationships because they're not narcissists and being in a healthy and bring a healthier kind of challenge into her life. But like, let's just watch a full clip and let her tell it. Go ahead and play that for me, Britt.
The people who I'm talking to now, it's just two. I'm narrowing it down to two. Okay. And he is nice and she is nice. But I really just wanted to make sure that these were normal people. And what I talked about with my therapist the other day was, I'm having a hard time opening up because they're not narcissists. And guess what narcissists do? They love on you. They do everything. They look perfect. They mirror you. And these people are not. They're challenging me. They're asking me questions. They're not letting me walk over them. They aren't just doing whatever they need to do to get into the relationship. And so I'm not feeling safe enough to open up yet. And so what I have to do is realize, if you want something different, you have to also be different. I have to soften up a bit. I have to not expect a lot of elaborate things and overwhelming. I have to expect someone to call me out from time to time.
So, do narcissists, is that what they like? They make you feel perfect? I didn't know that. I don't know. I thought a narcissist was like they were never wrong type thing. Maybe okay.
Maybe
what you meant by that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, I'm like, okay, we're gonna talk about this tomorrow. Cool. But then this morning, I was doing my morning TikTok scroll while eating my breakfast, my bacon, egg, and cheese, and I do a little yogurt and granola, count my calories because I'm in my fitness shit. And I saw this video of somebody I think y'all know who allegedly, not confirmed, is Porsha's boo. Now, y'all tell me who this is, right? Because this is for my investigating work is Sway the Pro. It seems like she owns a whole bunch of salon suites. She teaches people how to own salon suites. Do y'all know anything about this? Would y'all like to tell the class in Atlanta?
The class, I'm gonna just say Sway is that nigga. Let me just start by there. When it comes to like mentors for like queer people and like studs, especially because studs be having this ego thing going on, and some studs don't want to help you out. Sway is the one stud that will help your ass out. Always been a solid, genuine ass nigga. And you know what else? It's probably because she's from the Midwest. She's from Detroit, and people from the Midwest like myself, Ohio, Cincinnati to be exact. We're just the best kind of people out there. So honestly, Sway is an awesome person. Definitely a big ass, fat ass boss. When I tell you, the lady be running up them goddamn coins with those salon sweets.
Yeah. Hey. I mean, for as much as I know, Sway be on top of her shit and she's on top of her fitness. So that if they are dating, I mean, shout out to Sway for, taking it up a notch. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I don't know about the double. I ain't dating no, even if we're dating.
That's what I was going to ask. Like, do we think, someone can date a man and a woman and be fully committed to both those situations? Do we think that Porsha is actually interested in dating women, or is she just trying to fill a void and be loved properly because all of her relationships with men have not worked out, like she said in that People magazine? Like, what do we think is genuinely happening here? Regardless if Sway is a good person or not, a solid person, if Porsha is not gay, right? The relationship might not work long time. Maybe they don't want it to work long time. I don't know. But like, do we think she's really into women, or do we think she's just trying to find love?
Money ain't got no gender. She see that. It's like, now I'll just play.
I did want to say one more thing too, because I wish I would have knew we was gonna talk about it. I had because what's crazy is when I woke up this morning on Threads, that was the first post I saw. But Sway commented and said, "Damn, a feminine presenting woman and a dominant presenting woman can't be friends." I'm paraphrasing, but she made like, y'all tripping, like y'all.
So it's just an assumption because she mentioned that she's dating women and then she's being seen out with masculine women. That there's so and so dating, which I could get, right? Because the video was very like, it wasn't like they were holding hands, it wasn't like they were touching. They literally were just like sitting next to each other. It looks like it was like some type of event, maybe some type of filming for Real Housewives of Atlanta. Like, there's no evidence other than like them being next to each other in the video.
That dude suck. Like, yo, like if you are, especially celebrity, being taken, having a picture taken with somebody beside you, people automatically assume, and that does suck because we know masculine women have feminine friends and vice versa. But it is hella coincidence that she says that, and I'm not gonna lie, like Sway is bossed up. So if you was attracted to a female, that would be a dope one to be attracted to.
That would be an excellent choice, Porsha. I wouldn't even be mad at you, but I do think she can date both, right? Like if she's single.
No, I'm not dating no woman that's taking dick.
You're not dating a woman, but
listen, studs, do not date a woman if she is having sex with a man. Period.
You can't tell women not to do that when that's their preference and choice.
That's not their preference.
Some women do date women that they know are getting dick, real dick.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there are a lot of lesbian women whose preference is straight women. 100%.
I know a lot of
now are they dating them while they're actively dating a man? I'm not sure about that.
Yeah.
But as someone who has done that before in her life.
You said you did what?
Dated both at the same time.
Dated what?
I was 30.
Dated a man and a woman at the same time. When I first started exploring my sexuality in college.
Okay.
I had a boyfriend. I was a little bored with him. Same. And I was like, I'd be open to exploring things, but I was attracted to masculine women. And so I was like, she's not interested in doing anything with you, but I want to do something with her. He gave me the green light. He was like, I don't care about you dating a woman. Like, I'm not like scared of that.
Of course he's not going to care.
Leaving him for her. And men all together for women. So.
Well, how old were you?
I was 18.
Okay, sound like a little mature because I mean I did the same thing. I had niggas and bitches, but I definitely was not communicating. But I wasn't like fucking everybody or nothing like that.
He was my boyfriend, so if I didn't communicate with him, I would have been cheating on him.
That's different. I think that I think if the communication is there, because I think we do be having like I don't know which way I want to go with it. So I think if the communication is there as far as Porsha in particular, her situation, if she wants to date a man and a woman at the same time, why not? That's her business. But I do think that there should be some type of communication once there becomes sex involved.
Or even beforehand, right?
Niggas,
Because
niggas
there's
don't do
sexual
that.
health and things like that, right? But
Men
if
don't
she's
do that when
talking
it come
about,
to women. Men don't do that
right,
when it comes to women. That men be out here bisexual as hell and don't be telling nobody that they getting their dick sucked and they
And
in that
that's
little
not
booty hole.
nasty.
No, it
I
is
mean,
nasty. That's why I said the point is she should be communicating. If she is having sex with a man and a
with
woman, I
both,
do think she should be having
yeah,
communication.
I'm not thinking about them just like going out on dates. I'm thinking about sexually,
Yeah.
because now if this man isn't in a relationship, he's probably not just committed to you neither.
right.
So
So
now
then
it's a
it's a lot
lot
of,
going on.
yeah,
Right. And that's the only reason why I say, I don't know, because that gets pretty. And then let's be honest, like a man can have sex with a woman and they not exchange any body fluids with like condoms and shit. But as a masculine woman, unless you're just strapping her down, you're
yeah,
more. That's why I'm saying it. And I'm not.
yeah.
I don't want to jump to no conclusion with them. I have no
Because the
idea.
bisexuals will be in our comments mad.
I'm just speaking in general, but also this could be a cute plot twist for the show. And Sway, it would only make sense for her. Like that would be a next step to be on a reality show.
Would it though? Like if she's as successful and like prominent in the city as she is, why would a reality TV show be her next step? Why would she even need that?
I mean, look, we know she's successful, but you didn't know that.
Yeah,
so like Atlanta knows, you know what I'm saying?
That's true. I just feel like every single time a masculine lesbian gets on our TV screen, I'm embarrassed. Every single time.
You just wanted to be embarrassment. Ain't nothing embarrassing here.
Well, dykes are embarrassing.
All dykes ain't embarrassing.
All of them are.
All dykes ain't embarrassing. That was a weak ass argument right there. I already felt like we lost. I can't even say nothing after that.
That's funny. Well, if Sway has denied it, let's just hold our opinions until we see more evidence, because Ty Young denied it too, and we saw many receipts that was actually the case the whole time.
Crazy, bro. That was wild.
Who knows? But I mean, if it is something that maybe they're filming for a TV show, maybe we'll see the next season and we'll talk about it.
I just don't think I just don't think I would publicly deny something if I was really in it. I might ignore it.
Celebrities do it all the time. Ty Young literally kept saying, "No, that didn't happen. That didn't happen. That didn't happen," and it absolutely happened.
Why would y'all do that when it's going to come out?
I don't know, actually, why people do that.
A part of me also feels like Porsha should just slow down, because I feel like she always got somebody. Like, I don't think we've seen her single except for right now, but I just feel like she always.
But she's not single. She's quite literally dating two different people with two different sexes. I think a lot of women, unfortunately, like want love so bad that they will just keep putting themselves in situations and relationships in order to receive that love. But like, I feel like when I found love, it was when like I wasn't concerned about it. When I was just living my life, enjoying myself, enjoying my friends, not really like I wasn't looking for anything. And then I found my person. When you're so determined to have that whole relationship, you're not going to get it that way.
Yeah, I think you should get a dog. Not you, her. Like, I think people searching for love should get a dog.
Something.
For real, I think we be looking for companionship all the time, but companionship always don't gotta be in a relationship.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of times, like, and I'm just saying that because like this is the first time I ever had pets, and I realized like, yo, they like you come home, they might make you feel special. They might make you feel like not as lonely. You know, sometimes people just are afraid of being alone. Where like sometimes you just might need a pet. I don't know. She might have one. I'm just saying in general, some people need to resort to an animal before a next relationship and give yourself time.
Yeah. And part of me too, because I feel like Porsha, she's like a 10-year reality TV person. I know she feel like with dating different people or whatever, I feel like she know that that's very strategic, and it creates shock value that even if it's like she just married, Simon, and that's her, LinkedIn through a alleged friend X, or just like, oh, I'm coming back this season, I got a man and a woman. I feel like Porsha know what she be doing, and we be in every time.
Because as someone who watches Real Housewives, she didn't really have a storyline last year. A lot of the critiques that she was getting was that she wasn't talking about her divorce because they were they're currently in divorce, and she's like, oh, I can't talk about legal things. And so people are saying like, you're supposed to be an OG housewife, you're supposed to be the center of all the peaches, and like you actually don't have a storyline. So maybe she feels like, for me to continue down this pathway, I need to have a storyline going into next season. I think that's a good point. So we'll see.
I hope if Sway is, I hope it's not just to be a storyline, because like you said, like you're a very professional person, and I don't know, it just be like
for a storyline. I ain't gonna count. I can't.
I think reality TV can embarrass people very quickly if it's not done the right way. Or like when you have something to your name and a brand, and like that's why these like housewives struggle so much to get new cast members, because real like women who actually have a lot going on with themselves professionally and socially don't want to go on reality TV. You know what I mean? And like expose themselves to like basically telling too much of their lives or whatever.
Right.
So I just hope that, I mean, if she does it, I mean, career representation is so important. I'll never necessarily get mad at seeing a lesbian on reality TV, but I just don't be on there getting embarrassed by no straight woman. Please, I beg you. Sway, please. You don't know me, and I don't know you, but I'm begging you, do not let her play you on national TV.
Yeah, facts. And if y'all looking to start your own salon suite, here's a free advertisement from us. Go hit up Sway. She be running that shit.
Yeah, facts.
Okay, well, let's talk about another couple, and this one is an actual couple, not just a potential couple, assumptional couple.
Yes,
I'm actually really love this for her, but y'all know Amiyah Scott, right? Like trans icon. She actually was on the Real Housewives of Atlanta as well too. I believe so. When I did my research, it came up and I was like, oh, did I miss that?
She's so pretty in real life too.
I know.
I've seen her in the club before. She is fine as hell.
And then she was on Lee Daniels' show Star, right? So she definitely was like a full-time cast member on that show. I mean, I remember being like not even gay yet and seeing Amiyah on social media and being like, that is the prettiest woman I've ever seen in my life. Like Amiyah is that girl, that Barbie. And she's always been, representation when it comes for Black trans women. Well, last week she dropped a surprise on us and revealed that she's been booed up for a whole year, and not with who I feel like the internet expected. She revealed that she's been dating a non-binary black masculine non-binary person. When I initially did my research, it was given she, her, but then when I did more research, it's they, them. So I believe they are non-binary. Their Instagram just says B, so that's what we're going to call them. And they've been together for an entire year.
B scoop that up.
Okay. Okay. And for their 1-year anniversary, they both posted about each other, and it was honestly so sweet. Amiyah said she never felt more loved, seen, safe, adored, supported, and understood. And she thanked God for B and said they make her feel special every single day without even trying, and that she's looking forward to spending her whole life with them, which is so sweet. And then B came back with their own letter. They called her my love and said she's everything they could ever ask for. They thanked her for loving them in the way she does and said that they're ready for many more years together, ending with a playful, now don't be late for dinner.
Ow.
And, for me, I feel like this is like such a big thing for visibility, because usually with trans women, we only see them with like straight men or men, right? However they identify, non-binary man, whatever case may be. We never really see like Black trans women with Black masculine lesbians or non-binary people. And I feel like we're starting to see that a lot more within our community. I know a couple social media couples who are exactly like them, a trans woman and either a Black stud or non-binary person or a trans man, which is really interesting.
It is. And it's like you said, I think it's something new to us, but it's dope to see like different aspects. And we see a trans woman and a trans man and think because they wanted their gender change that there's like their sexual
orientation. Yeah.
And it's not like that. And I know I don't want to confuse my damn self. Look, but I think it's an assumption that everybody, even within the gay community, I think we're getting better at it. But we did make that assumption that, and it's not always like that. Yeah. So I do think like seeing it a little more helps normalize it to a certain degree.
Yeah, shout out to Amiyah. You said, my bad, go ahead.
No, I was just also there's assumption that like trans women only want to date men. And I feel like I've seen videos of trans women saying like, I'm interested in other women aren't interested in me because they assume that I only want to date men. So seeing more couples like this, I feel like make it clear that trans women love across the spectrum and not just want to be with a man.
And just everybody in general, everybody has their own preference, you know, and sometimes we see how somebody looks and assume they got a certain preference. Like BRITT used to date studs. We didn't know that from the beginning.
You used to date studs?
Wow, BADDIE GALORE, where have you been?
I didn't, and I wish he would stop saying that. This is false news.
I was like,
I just learned about a new stud.
I feel like BRITT has been a dyke. Oh, no label. She's been a no label dyke for her entire life. So that would be actually
no label dyke. That's me. I like that.
That would actually be so shocking to me.
No, I was telling eXeL that back in the day, you know, when I first came out of the closet, I didn't know about all these terms,
labels,
and whatever.
And stuff, yeah.
And I feel like people around me also didn't know about all these terms and the rules and regulations.
It ain't no rules.
I talked to this girl who she really wanted to fuck me. She really wanted me bad. But we were both like stems. And I fucked her. She wanted me to fuck. What the fuck? Yeah. But she grew up to be a mighty stud. Whoa.
A mighty stud is so funny.
Yeah, and I showed eXeL the other day. I was trying to explain, like, I didn't know she was a stud. Because at the time, I mean, she said she wanted to be fucked so bad. Right. It didn't give me stud vibes. I just feel like let me not say that because some studs do like penetration. But I just felt like at that time, there's no way that I'm not daddy if you're asking me to fuck you. Clearly, I'm daddy. And as long as you know I'm daddy, I'm going to give you that dick. And I dropped that shit off. Very awkward fuck. Very awkward hood apartment we was in. Shout out to you, my nigga.
Mattress on the floor.
No, for real. I don't even know if we had a mattress, bro.
I hope she sees this.
No sheets.
I hope she do too, because you know you got that secret. I won't say your name. And when I be seeing her, I be wondering, like, yeah, you remember that? Yeah, bitch, I had your legs in the air, ho.
Trifling. All right.
That is so funny. So eXeL, you've never fucked a stud before?
Ooh. Never looked at a stud.
Yes, she did. She fucked the stud. She ain't know it was a stud though. Tell him. Tell him. That girl grew up to be a stud.
No, first of all, my first girlfriend, which was a femme, I was in 9th grade. She was in 12th grade. We never had sex. And then probably 15 years later, she ended up being masculine. But she was very feminine. It was no curiosity, stem on stem. It was none of that. She was very much a femme.
She's full of it.
Oh my God, that is so funny to me.
If you ain't never fucked the stud, are you really gay?
Are you really gay? No, the femmes on femmes are gonna be upset with us in the comments. Don't say that.
I'm gay as fuck.
Yeah, we know. We know.
Pretty gay out here, man.
Oh my God, that's funny. Okay, but what we're about to talk about next is actually not that funny, so we should fix our faces.
Okay.
Because have uber popular Black lesbian couple and influencers, the Muses, Adrian and Janika Muse, break up after almost 13 years together? That is the question we are asking in today's episode. Or have they just simply stepped back from sharing the relationship on social media? And before I get into the segment, because I know they are a favorite couple in our community, consider their joint TikTok account has over 1.1 million followers. And their Instagram has over 650,000 followers. They've also hosted various Pride events, including World Pride that was just held in DC this summer, and in Kismet Pride that was in, I think, like Cabo, Mexico or something like that. I want to preface,
Caicos, yeah.
Yeah, this is all speculation, right? Based off of what is not being posted on social media. Neither one of them have confirmed or denied that they have broken up officially. But Adrian Muse has hinted at it on her personal Instagram page, which is why we're talking about it now. Okay, so don't y'all get in the comments yelling at me because she hinted at it. So now we talking about it. All right.
Adrian is the more dominant.
Adrian is the more dominant.
Okay.
And then Janika is one with the short haircut.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I followed them on Instagram, but I don't think I ever knew her name, but okay, cool. Nice.
Yeah, I don't know what their like terms they go by, so I don't want to make assumptions.
Okay. Let's call it they.
No, I think they're she, her.
Okay.
Let's just say that. Yeah.
That.
Okay.
Y'all too woke for me.
So 3 days ago, Adrian posted this video where, oops, sorry, that's not the video. Oh, here we go. Okay. 3 days ago, Adrian posted this video where she was questioning what she was going to wear for Halloween this year because she always does family costumes. Now, Adrian does have a daughter, right? So a lot of their content is them as a couple and them with their child, kind of like having two queer parents, whatever the case may be. And so she basically saying like, I usually do family costumes, but now I'm not a family anymore. So how I'm going to dress. So people are like, why aren't you a family? Right? What is going on? So it made people in the comments speculate that there was trouble in paradise. Now, y'all know I be knowing the tea, and y'all know that people come with me to the tea. So people have been DMing me for months about potential breakup. Actually, back in August, I got DM being like, "Are you going to cover this?"
What?
Like, let me do my research because I always try to do my research first. I don't want nobody yelling at me. And now
You
when I
get enemies out here, Daddy
right.
have enemies. She can't go outside.
Okay, there have been people who got mad at me about my videos, but I somehow always make them my friend at the end. I DM them. I say, "I'm sorry you feel this way. I do all my videos the same. I promise I'm not taking sides." And then we're all just like big happy family. I love it for me.
That's how it should be.
Yes. So I did some research and I saw that they were still making content together and commenting under each other's video. So I thought there's probably nothing to it, left it alone. But then a week ago, Adrian again posted this picture. So then a week ago, Adrian posted this to all of her social media accounts where she's saying, if you're watching me for her, report back that I blocked her ass, not my blessing, silly bitches, right? And not only did she post this to her TikTok account and to her personal Instagram, but she made their couple Instagram account a collaborator on the video, right? Actually on the video before about what she didn't want to wear for Halloween. So now she has made two different references to them not being together. Now under this, which was just a picture, people were commenting like, what is going on? Did y'all break up? I saw some celebrities leave sad faces with crying emojis, which is give me to believe that like something is going on, right? And so I did some more research, right? And I went through everything. And this is what I found, okay? Because my spidey senses were tingling. Before Adrian tagged the couples page to that first video I showed, they hadn't jointly posted to the page since the beginning of September when they were celebrating the 5-year anniversary of Niecy Nash and her wife, Jessica Betts, right? And before then, they hadn't posted since the end of July. So they posted in July and they went ghost all of August, most of September, then post September, and then post again until that video that Adrian made the page a collaborator on. Right.
Listen, I'm posting me a Nisha Nat. What's her name? Nisha Nat.
I'm posting tongue twister.
Yeah, I'm posting that. You hear me?
Yes.
I feel you.
Then I went to Janika's personal Instagram account. She hasn't personally posted since June 14th, which was a workout video. Any other video posted her page after that were all collaboration videos with the couple's joint page. Okay. Then I went over to her personal TikTok page and she hasn't posted from there since May of this year. Okay. And as far as their couple page goes, their last video on TikTok was posted July of this year. And it only featured Adrian doing a roadway movers ad because, you know, all of the influencers get roadway movers to move them. So I'm like, okay, well, where are we moving to? And why are you the only person in the video? Are you the one moving? Were you the one who got the ad? Right? Like, what is going on?
Okay, research.
And
right, she was digging, wasn't she?
Through. Now, if I'm going to make an assumption, I got to have some evidence to back it up. Y'all know how people get. Y'all know how people get. I also went through a lot of the comments of the videos and I was seeing people saying, y'all, they also stopped posting on YouTube over the summer as well. So they basically have relatively stopped posting on their joint accounts Janika hasn't posted on her personal account in months, and Adrian is posting basically insinuating that they have broken up. So what do we think? Is the evidence evidencing?
Man, I want to say, first of all, Adrian is an Aquarius, so I'll be loving the content. I'll be loving the crash outs, but I do be a little concerned.
Messy.
And the reason why I be concerned is because I don't know if they're having like a manic episode, and I don't want to offend nobody when I say this, but the way the mannerisms, the delivery is coming off a little manic. It's kind of making me feel like I don't know if you're going through a manic stage or if you're going through a breakup. I don't really know where I should land with it. But I'm not gonna lie, I do see the comments almost every damn post that they make. People are like, yo, where's your wife? Where's your wife? Where's your wife? And I did see a video where they were together. I think it was like, was it, you know, talking about the video? I don't know if it was like a live or something, but it wasn't that too long ago. So I was like, all right, boom, there y'all go. But then the next one was the one when she said, I blocked you. So I was like, God damn, is that the same thing? And
Well, what's going on?
You know what I'm saying? So I do feel like because they are such an influential couple, that they do owe it to their audience to kind of give them something if they aren't together anymore, just because that's kind of their audience and that's kind of how they grew. It's the same thing we talked about in the past, like when people are no longer gay. Like, can you kind of give us a heads up just so we kind of, you know, I just feel like you kind of owe it to us, but in your own time, because they've been together for a very long time. So,
and that's the one thing.
They got kids too.
And the one thing, like with a marriage, is like low key is more than a breakup. It's like a whole life shift. Like you might have bought a house with this person. You got a kid with this person. Like y'all raising this family, and that can put you in a manic, you know, state of mind. So I hope it's not that, but it can most definitely be that, you know. And it seems like, I don't want to say it seems like just because she's not posting on social media, but it does seem like you said, on their time, and because you do gotta get your personal right, you know what I mean, before you make an announcement. But I do agree, like, especially once you start sending out hints, and you know, like when you go through a breakup, you think of so many quotes, you think of so many sneaky ways to diss your ex or whatever, which is unfortunate, you know, but it seems
that's
like
why I said too, like, as far as being manic, like, you can't like, if you are to me personally, if I'm in a clear state of mind, I'm not going to get upset that people are asking where my wife is at when majority of my content is about my wife. It's kind of just like, what do you expect people to ask? Like, that's all you post. So that's why I'm like, are you really going through something? And then I haven't been watching them that long, but it seemed like the setting changed. Like maybe they got like a condo, or I ain't gonna lie, I'll be into it a little bit. But the setting has changed too. So I'm like, did you move out? But again, that would be perfectly fine if you were in a marriage with somebody who you've been with. I don't remember the year, but they did do a trend where it was like, we've been together for like 1-2 years. I think they've been together how long? Like more than 10 years, I think.
They would have celebrated 13 years this year.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So like maybe they just going through something, but I do think
that's why I was wondering.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I noticed in the comments were people like, y'all need to mind y'all business. Y'all need to stop asking. It's okay. But if y'all entire brand is your relationship, and you built a fan base of over 1 million people because of your relationship, people are going to wonder what's going on with your relationship. I understand like taking your time to tell people how you're going to tell people, because if there was another really popular Black lesbian couple that broke up a couple months earlier, and they didn't tell their fans until a year later. Like they had said, it's been a year since we separated. Yeah, right. And so I get that, but like, don't get offended or get annoyed when people are asking you what's going on, where your wife is, that is usually in every single video you post. Like, that's your brand. So at some point you have to speak to your brand. And I mean, I don't really know what is going on, because I've obviously seen their content. I don't really follow them heavily because I'm just like not a couples content type of person. But I've obviously seen their content. But when they cut their hair, I said, I said, to me, you only cut your hair for a couple reasons. You cut your hair because maybe it's thinning or something like that. But most of the time you cut your hair because you're going through a big life change and you need to release that. But the video in which they posted where they cut their hair, Janika was commenting under it. That's why I was like, okay, maybe it's not because they broke up. You know what I mean? Right. But if they've been together for 10 plus years, there's probably a friendship there. There's probably their family to each other. You know what I mean? But the last couple videos is giving, we broke up, I don't fuck with her. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
And you know, like sometimes it don't start off bad and it gets worse. You know what I mean? And it might get a little more disrespectful. And now you got, you know, and that I think that's the worst thing, to do that on the internet. And
yeah.
I do think they should address it eventually, and I definitely don't think they should do any crash outs, like nothing too crazy.
yeah,
let us know something.
I'm also interested to see what the aftermath of this will be if they have broken up, because I feel like with couples, people tend to choose one of the person of the couple that they like better than the other person, and that person tends to be able to transition into having their own platform that's individualized and separate from them being a couple, and the other person kind of just like disappears in the realm of whatever. I mean, Domo and Chrissy are the perfect example. Like Chrissy literally has post I don't see her content whatsoever. I see Domo's content all the time. So I'm just like, who is going to be the person who's going to come out of this if they do break up?
Yeah.
And what is that going to look like?
Well, a lot of relationships, it'd be one person that's, I don't want to say a lot, but some relationships, it'd be one person that's really the content person.
Well, that's what I'm saying,
You know
right?
what I'm saying?
Who really captures the audience. Again, I don't consume their content enough to like have an opinion about it.
Yeah.
But Janika also hasn't posted in like 3-4 months. So
Janika,
she might be making a decision like, I'm actually like not into this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It is a little concerning too, because I just want to say, like, they seem like they got a strong fan base. And like you said, I never really like been consumed with their content, but I think as of recently, because the content had changed, because at first
you've been noticing it.
I only been seeing art stuff.
Yeah.
And then they started speaking more. So I'm like tuned in, like, yo, because it just was the energy behind it. Like, are you okay? Like, even then speaking about being like a preacher's kid, and they tried to do the normal thing and get pregnant. That's how they had their kid at 18, but they always knew that they never liked, you know what I'm saying? I'm paraphrasing, but I never liked men, because when I was in church, I was looking at that fat ass. Like, literally, they be saying shit like that now on their content. So I'm like, yo, like, what you going? It's like, even for myself, who's not like a day one supporter, even I'm concerned. So when I see the comments and stuff, like, I can see why they asking, like, and they wondering, like, yo,
what's going on?
So I'm
interesting enough, like, I haven't seen any comments asking them if they're okay. Actually.
Oh, really?
From like what I've seen, like when I was doing my research yesterday and stuff, I didn't see any comments like, are you good? Which is interesting that you're making that point, because I'm like, that could also make sense. More people are focused on like, where's your wife at?
Yes, they
Are
never
you
even
still in a
asked me, are you
relationship?
okay? That's a good point. And that
Yeah.
probably is triggering, like, y'all ain't even asking me if I'm good, bitch. Quit asking me about people you don't see me with. Ask me if I'm okay.
Right.
You see me drinking and cutting my hair, check on me.
That's the thing. And like, reality is, somebody will look at you for 30 seconds of entertainment and keep it swiping when your whole life could be crumbling. And that was like, damn, that's crazy. Next.
Right.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Where your wife at? Like,
yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Facts.
Laura, we losing lesbian popular couples like Thanos rings over here. Like, I just feel like we just I just feel like every time, like, I just feel like so many popular Black lesbian couples or queer couples have broken up this year alone. Like, so many. Like, maybe I should sit down and just like make a list to see how many actually have broken up.
We are in the year of the Aquarian, and Aquarian is here to bring everyone enlightenment. So
are you an Aquarius?
I'm an Aquarius. What are you talking about?
That's why you keep talking about it. I'm like, what is going on?
Girl, you know they just talk about themselves.
Like,
that's one thing I learned about them.
That's true.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay.
Look at her looking stupid. Look at her. Do it again. Go ahead.
The year of the Aquarian. Yeah, so everything's coming to light. That's what that means. Everything is coming out. The truth. Hey.
Okay.
Somebody gotta do it.
But Britt also watches aliens and UFOs a lot. She wanted, I'm like, the world's supposed to end tomorrow. You sure you want to do the no homo show? I'll be like,
checking in to make sure we don't want to do some.
Oh my God. Talking about the no homo show. Oh my God, what's that girl's name? She was just a guest on y'all's show. And she she was just at a party I was at over the weekend in DC. I actually really enjoyed her performance.
Yeah, she's a
very
good performer.
I don't really like stud strippers and stuff like that. It's like not my thing, especially at parties. Like it's not my thing. Like we've had stripper parties, obviously, but like
she don't dress masculine at those
no,
parties.
I know, but just like stripper, like I'm just like not like a big stripper person in general.
Me neither.
But
Yeah.
like I was like, oh, this is like actually an enjoyable performance. Like you know what I mean? Like the vibes were vibing. And I was like, okay, all right.
Yeah, she put on a show.
She put on a motherfucking
Yeah,
show.
she definitely put on the show.
Yeah.
Well, talking about shows, great segue. We have some very unfortunate news for my queer reality TV show watchers. Netflix has officially canceled the Ultimatum Queer Love after 2 seasons.
But the first one was good.
Which is a major blow because it's one of the very few, like when I say very few, I mean like under 3 reality TV shows centering queer women and non-binary people left on our TV screens, or to even ever to exist on our TV screens. And the show did have an audience. Season 1 premiered in May of 2023, and it spent 2 weeks on Netflix's global top 10 list. Season 2, which dropped this past June, didn't reach the global chart, but it did still hit top 10 in 5 different countries. But despite that, Netflix said it wasn't enough to continue, and they canceled it. Even though there was a 2-year gap between seasons and the show didn't receive the same level of promotion as its straight counterpart, which was Marry or Leave, I think it's called, Ultimatum Marry or Leave or something like that. I'm sorry, Marry or Move On. And that show actually has been renewed for a 4th season and has even been expanded into France and South Africa as spin-offs of the show. So the contrast obviously says a lot, right? Queer shows really get the patience, visibility, or long-term investment their straight counterparts do. And this cancellation isn't happening in a vacuum. It comes at a time when networks and platforms seem to be retreating into safer storytelling. Content they think is easier to market more broadly, even if it sidelines authentic queer narratives. And then you add in the US political climate that's leaning increasingly and aggressively more conservative. I feel like there's a real concern of like queer stories are being basically erased from mainstream media. Now, there has been a couple former cast members who have spoken out about the cancellation. Britt, let's watch what Vanessa from season 1 had to say.
Boy, oh boy, the Queer Ultimatum has been canceled. I'm not surprised. I would say that my experience on the show was something. And then season 2, now that I've got to know them, it was pretty similar. And the changes that they said they were going to make after I shared my experience, they didn't make for season 2. And I think that what you have is a very disgruntled cast. And I think that reflects in the show and the aftermath of the show. And I am not surprised that it's not very successful for a few reasons. And I don't think it's even because it's queer and it's a smaller, community. I think the ultimatum is a ridiculous concept. I don't understand it at all. If you actually are going in and wanting to marry someone, it solves nothing to try to make someone fall in love with another person for 3 weeks. There's no solution there. What does it prove? You can fall in love with someone else? Sure. Duh, right? Isn't that a duh? But why would you want to? If you actually want to marry someone, like, why would you want to derail that path so much? I never understood it. The show that I thought I was signing up for was very different in concept than what it ended up being. So yeah, if I fully knew what it was, I don't know if I would have gone on. Well, no, I guess I would have, but I would have assumed everyone was taking it as a joke, which is what I assumed when I found out how it was actually structured. But then it turns out people weren't taking it as a joke. It makes no sense, and it's not helpful to any relationship, in my opinion, other than making you realize you shouldn't be with someone.
Now let's watch
being a little manic, okay?
Nobody liked her on the show too.
Yeah, Vanessa, she got a villain edit for sure. I think she was a villain in a lot of ways.
Yeah, because she was on there capping too much. All that cap.
Yeah,
but also she said like that's not what she kind of tried out for.
Well, I've actually heard that from a couple cast members because I reviewed all the episodes of season 2,
of course,
and I've listened to all the podcasts that they did after the fact.
Wow.
And like a lot of, I think what they think it is going into it versus like what it is when it happens. Like it wasn't even supposed to be a queer version of the show, the first season. It was supposed to be basically exactly like the straight version, which I don't think it's that different in my opinion, except for it just has a different title. But I definitely think it was different than they expected. But that's also reality TV. I mean, a lot of people from season 2 were complaining that the show focused on all the drama. And I'm like,
of course,
reality TV is for. Like, we don't actually.
You didn't get me meditating? Like,
right. Like, I do think it's important to show positive and healthy queer relationships, but I don't watch the Ultimatum on Netflix to see that, right? Like I don't think that y'all are going on the show to show us a healthy relationship. I think y'all are going on the show to show us a mess, and I want to consume the mess, right? Like that's the whole point of it. But then what are our thoughts? Like what do y'all think about the show being canceled? Should we be concerned? Do y'all think the show was good? Where do we think?
I did also see Tiff Deer mention that, like,
yeah, she signed a petition. she DM me.
Kind of that that the numbers were there.
The numbers were there.
So I will say the second season wasn't as good as the first. And I do understand how it can get really weird when it's femmes and studs and they're all females, because for what's her name, Brittany, is that
yeah, she didn't have
with like another femme where they couldn't have been something that was a dynamic they probably wasn't really considering
for.
It's just, I would have said it gotta be the numbers, but if it's not the numbers, it gets a little weird. And then I know me and Britt was recently saying, like, they ain't do a big push like they did on the first one.
Didn't.
And even those cast members ain't go up like the cast members, you know, as far as like being booked for prides and all that.
Well, I didn't see that. They're just the white prides.
Yes, they got the fan favorites.
Yeah, it's so exactly. So like if you think about season 1, Mal was one of the fan favorites coming out season 1. They are Black. They go to the same type of events we go to.
So president.
They're more visible to us, right? And what how we consume within the queer community. But like for season 2, the ones that have been the favorites have been like I can't remember people's names. Megan, her girlfriend, Mel, Ashley, more white centered, and they're not, Mel and Megan aren't even white. Mel is actually biracial, and then Megan is
it's just, I feel like they didn't push them out as much. Like, I get, like, of course, you know, but I still feel like it just wasn't, maybe even, I don't know.
No, you're right. So Bridget from season 2 made a video where she basically said that like when they went to like Netflix's big like event for all of their different TV shows, they didn't get nearly the amount of promotion that the straight version did. And that like this guy named Nick Viall, who used to be on The Bachelor and then was a Bachelor, and his whole Britain now is like he really interviews like a lot of reality TV show people from like The Bachelor and from Netflix shows. And he was doing live interviews at the event, but didn't include any of the cast members from the queer show. And she asked him like, why haven't you interviewed any of us? And he was like, well, I don't even watch the show. So like the people who are, not only is the company not promoting them, but the entities outside of the company on social media and stuff that are usually pushing the conversations around these Netflix shows are also not promoting them because they're not watching it. Like the people reviewing it is us as queer people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's crazy out here. And just for any viewers, like, do y'all even have recommendations of good, like, I ain't gonna lie, every now and then I'll be like, I want me and my girl to watch like a good lesbian movie that got like people like us, and it's, I don't even see none of that, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I know there are like queer networks, I don't know their budget and stuff, like, but maybe somebody needs to take this one and put it in like, maybe, I mean, I know Netflix is such a huge platform, like nothing's going to be as big as that.
Mayan over there, boy.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I mean, there's all these stud houses this and stud houses that and things like that be like streaming on YouTube.
Oh my God.
To me, it's just also like, it feels very young. And I just think there's no middle ground. Like there's either like big shows like Netflix that don't last or don't get funded, and then there's like people who just have cameras and an Airbnb live streaming on YouTube. Like those are the only options that we have.
Well, I know there's a platform. I can't think of their name right now, but I know like they're dropping like a drag show, but it's like women that are drag men that do drag men. Drag King, right? And it looks like a well-produced show, you know.
I'm sorry.
Right, but it's like, I get what you're saying. Definitely the shit that's in front of our face be like the stud version of Baddie Baddies, you know what I mean? Baddie Shot Clock vibes, or that. And I don't know. Like, there's definitely a market for it, but then with today's time, like even with like a motherfucker like Trump will be like, we don't want gay shit in front of people's faces, you know, and it's like, I don't know. We're in a weird time, bro.
We are.
Yeah. I didn't know that they had good ratings because I didn't look into it that deep. So like you said, eXeL, like if that wasn't the case, what is it? But I do think there's like multiple reasons people act really weird with queer content. They do feel like it influences people to be queer. I don't know if that's something, but I just know that that's one of the reasons why they be so
That's so
against
stupid.
like queer content. It's so stupid. And then I didn't look into it, but I did hear like something about Trump. I don't know if that was true or not, but I know with
I
like
wouldn't
the
be surprised
FCC
though.
shit, I wouldn't be surprised at all. Like we just got fucking Jimmy. Which Jimmy was it? Jimmy.
Hey, I'm gonna mute everything you say about him so this show don't get
for real. So I do feel like even outside of that too, when I've talked to people like producers and I'll be like, yo, I got an idea for like whatever and it's queer related, a lot of people shy away from it. I don't know what reason it is, but a lot of people be like, yeah, that's gonna be hard to pitch to a major network because they just, I don't really know what it is, and I would like to ask some more producer friends of mine, like, why don't they push for more queer content? Because even if you got a good concept, like this show is a great concept. Well, I don't like the Ultimatum in general, but I think it was a good concept to show from a different perspective. But I do feel like when it comes to queer content, a lot of corporations, they do shy away from it unless
I'm
they
not
got
willing to
like
invest
a
in it.
token gay person. That's the most that they do for
uh
us, right? The token gay person. I watched Wayward recently and they do got a queer character as the main character. And I was like, okay, that's dope. So I really don't know what it is, but I do think that it sucks, especially if the ratings were there and it was good. Do y'all feel like, how'd y'all feel about how they portray people? Because that was something that I heard too, just knowing like AJ and Brittany, they weren't happy with how they were portrayed on the show. So do y'all feel like the show was even a good representation of what the queer community is to where we need this to stand?
I think they were portrayed as, first of all, Brittany, she seemed like like the sweetest girl on there, so I don't think she was portrayed wrong. And her girlfriend, what's her girlfriend's name?
AJ.
Yeah, I feel like AJ was a sweet talker. Like, you really said these things to people. So if they told you to say it and you said it, then that's one thing, but
so I mean, AJ did a podcast. Brittany and AJ did a podcast with
Bad Queer.
Yeah. And in the podcast, she basically explained that like a lot of those like more sexual conversations were from prompted questions from the producers. Like they would have a set of questions for every date, and like that day was like a lot of sexual questions. So that's why she came off so sexual, because I'm just like, girl, you're giving horn dog, right? Like when I was reviewing
horn dog, that was funny.
I also feel like I was saying earlier, I don't watch these shows being like, I want to see super positive queer representation that makes me feel good about myself being gay. Like, I watch these shows because I want to see some mess, but I want to see some mess that I can relate to as a queer person, right? So like, I don't think it's detrimental, because like that, you can say that about any reality TV show, right? Baddies, right? People hate baddies. People hate baddies. But for some people, it's something that they really enjoy watching because that feels familiar to them. Real Housewives, when Real Housewives Atlanta first came out, the city of Atlanta hated it. They felt like it was making Atlanta look bad. The city of Atlanta, like the government officials of Atlanta were like, you know what I mean? So like reality TV inherently is not super positive and healthy in the sense of like, this is going to be really great representation for whatever this is. It's for mess. It's for chaos. It's to enjoy it. And so I think at a certain point, like if you sign up to be on reality TV, you have to be okay with that. And if
I
you're not okay
agree
with that, then don't do it.
Yeah, and they probably set you up. Yeah, and they probably set you up with those questions to make sure it's some juicy shit.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
so
saying?
basically, they prompted with questions and then clipped all those questions together. Of course, we're gonna think like, well, damn, she's trying to have sex with everybody on the cast. Like, what is going on? You know what I mean?
Damn, that's
I don't think it's a loss for that particular reason. A lot of people didn't like how they were portrayed on the show. A lot of people didn't like how they didn't have no black people on the show. So to be honest, I mean, it's not like a loss for us. I get what it stood for, just to have a queer show on Netflix.
Yeah.
But was it really helping us progress as a community? No.
Yeah, but still just having exposure.
Yeah.
But did you give them exposure? Because then you're complaining that you didn't get the proper exposure. And we saw that. Y'all didn't promote them. Y'all didn't post a flyer. Y'all didn't even collab with them. AJ told me they ain't even followed them till the season was over.
Right. If you're gonna do it, don't do it half-ass, right? Like
I feel like they half-assed that shit. I do.
Yeah.
When I got this thing where like I just feel like because Netflix it's international, right? It's like global. So I like to look at people followers before the show come on and afterwards. When I looked at this season's cast, all their followers, they barely moved because they did not promote them at all. Season 1, I watched like Mal's followers went up like crazy because they promoted them. So I do feel like they half-assed this shit anyway. Like, but I do feel like it would be good for a company. I don't know. I know what company you're talking about. The it's like Reverie or something.
Yeah.
I need like more brands like that and blogs. Like, let's make our own shit, bro. Like, me and eXeL go through that all the time. Like, we got to create our own tables and quit looking for people to open doors up for us and all that shit. Because the reality is they don't care about us, bro. You said what?
I'm gonna be the host of the lesbian show, so I can drag.
Like let's get our own.
Y'all also gonna deal with our budget. We got $200 to record this dating episode. What we gonna do? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it is. But also, like, this is a real question. So straight people don't watch any gay shit like we watch straight shit.
They do. They do.
Okay,
no, they
I'm about to say,
as someone who like reviewed the episode, obviously, like the season, I would obviously other people do the same thing. They do. It's just I don't think Netflix cares. And another point that someone made that I saw was like Netflix cancels shows that are good all the time and have the numbers all the time, right? And so I just don't think they care enough about our stories to be like, let's put some money behind it in promotion. Let's give them a queer host. Like, they don't care. Let's make sure that the cast is truly diverse. They don't care. So it's not that people aren't watching it, that there's not straight people watching it. They just, the people who are actually making decisions are probably old white men who don't care.
Literally.
So
them old horny people who complain about shit like this and complain about trans and they be watching trans porn.
Okay.
Damn, Brett, you went in.
Y'all didn't see that white man, the government official guy who was so against trans people and he got caught watching trans porn?
That's
so motherfuckers is hypocrites. I can't stand this damn country. They be lying out here. They be hypocritical as hell. They hate what they love.
Hey,
don't get me started. I'll go down a rabbit hole on this.
Oh, we know.
R.I.P. The Ultimatum, Queer Love. I'm mutuals with so many people from season 2, so we gotta get them a prize. We gotta get them platforms. We gotta show them love because they really don't get a lot of it.
I didn't mean for the TikTok sound.
Okay. And that's why you're about to get your soundboard taken away.
I gotta cut that.
Like, girl, that is
so sounds, bro.
That is so random.
But I hope they get something. I don't know. Maybe the cast members of the other seasons can come together and make some.
And we gotta really realize, just in general, we low key. And I know this is a contradiction because the numbers were there, but we low key gotta get out of our feelings, like queer representation data, and really just have something so dope that's undeniable. You know, sometimes we like want to be seen, want to be this. People aren't like, we gotta make sure we highlight the queer. People don't give a fuck, bro. They want these numbers, they want all that. So like, if it's us creating our own, like, we gotta like not be victims to all this shit, and just figure out what we gotta do to make, you know, make us being represented, and not just like, you know, the ghetto shit.
It's another slap in the face, and I get it because we continuously get slapped in the face. So it's a very tender time. Is that the word I'm looking for? Sensitive time. For it's just another slap in the face
for the queer people right now, because we don't know what attacks are coming for us. We know that something's coming. We don't know what it is and when it's going to be. And so when things like this happen, it's like, okay, like, why is this happening? Is it because of this? Like, should we be worried about it? Like, are we never going to see queer stories again? Like, it puts us almost like in a frenzy in a lot of ways, which is valid, but also like, this is what Netflix does all the time. So
yeah, it's a really crazy time.
Yeah.
But we shall overcome. We always do, y'all.
I mean, the queer agenda's here.
Okay, we can clap for y'all.
And I also want to highlight, let me get out of here real quick, that okay, that y'all should follow us on on Instagram.
Come on, Facebook.
I'm trying to read 1,000 things. Follow us on Instagram, y'all. DM us. Let us know what topics you want us to talk about. You know, we got our private investigator, BADDIE Galore, on deck, ready to go in.
I can really get certified though, for real.
She's lethal.
Okay.
I'm nosy.
Yeah, and respect to everybody we talked about on this episode. I just want to say that.
Yeah.
We missed y'all, and we hope y'all missed us, but we're back.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all already know it's the queer agenda. We out.
See you next time.
Later.